first game of the tournament, you still have to get used to it, and if you're a bit
The
not
first game can be, I don't know how it with your team, but normally with us, with our team, most of the time our first game is the most disastrous one. Even if everyone knows what's supposed to do, where to be, still, most of the time we get out of the water and we know each one of us have the feeling play lead 60% of what they normally can do. This is normally the feeling. If it's like this in the water, but that's normally the feeling, and I have no idea. We had a maybe 5 in our 20 years of history, 5 great first games. It's, the rest were all, they sucked. They were not good.
with our team, our mixed team, we play in the Czech league, and we often have the relegation game, or ascension. And this game we have to win if we want to play in the first division, and it has to be our best game of the day. And this you have to be very awake and very concentrated.
Yeah.
It's always the first game of the whole day, and but always hard. But this forces us to play very well our first game. But it's true that it's not easy to be directly into it.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's the way it works. And so it's how is it? So you play with Graz in the Czech league.
The Czech league, Vienna and Graz do, and now we have also a team from Slovakia playing in the Czech league.
And how many
And
Czech
Hungary.
teams are? I mean, Budějovice, then I mean,
We have there is České Budějovice, there is Triton
Triton
Berun,
Berun, yeah.
there is Untitled Chapter, there is Brno, and Prague. And then Budějovice also has a B team, which is mostly a youth team.
Okay.
We call them the kids, but now
Cool.
they're 19 years old. And they're strong. And then there is Vienna, A team and B team. B team is mostly women. There is City Graz, there is Budapest, and Bratislava.
Cool.
I think I'm not forgetting anyone. Yes.
Nice. I mean, that's fantastic. You know that.
First division was 5 teams, and second division is also 5.
Mm.
I'm forgetting.
So that. And who are in the first division?
So it's Budějovice, Triton Berun, Ústí-nad-Labem, Vienna A, and now last time it was Graz at the fourth round, and then second division was Prague, Geofysica Brno, Vienna B, Budapest, and Bratislava. I don't know, Bratislava was not there.
So the
last time.
Hungarian also play with you.
The Hungarian also
Perfect, yeah.
they also go to Czech
Nice.
Republic.
I love this. I mean, like when we have the Three Nations League as well, with the Spanish,
Yes.
the
But
Italian, the Swiss.
It's a national league,
Yeah, I know, but
so we're out of competition. Okay, let's
we're still out of line, or we are back now? Let's see. No, we're still.
see the game. Okay, so Finnish are again at the basket of the Czechs. They've been for some time, and that's goal. It was a long attack and a lot of effort.
Okay, let me see. Can you see us now back? Can you hear us? Are we back? Are we back online, Wolfie? Okay. Thank you, Jorge. Okay, so we are back online.
Okay, so the Czechs now are attacking on the closed corner of the Finnish side. But they just have one player underwater, and the Finnish are not like letting them distract them and swim around the basket. The Czechs don't have this the condition also to disturb them and to put them under a lot of stress. And now Hemelin has the ball again, the surface. Okay.
So it is 5-0 for Hemelina and 7 minutes left from the second half. I mean, in white is Budějovice, and hopefully the technical problems come to an end and we can enjoy and concentrate on all of the games. We have an attack on the white goal again. They're on the surface now fighting, but the Finnish team has been consistently doing pretty much what we are seeing right now. This is something, the picture we had a few times along the game. So for those minutes where the game was gone, this is pretty much most of the time they were attacking on the Czech side, and they have scored 5 goals so far.
But the Czechs are defending.
You want me to pronounce the family names?
The Czech ones?
Okay. No, not the Czech ones, the Finnish.
What does it mean?
You can also tell the numbers. Do you have them there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have. Do you want to do it? Or?
No, as you wish. I mean,
Okay, so we have number 4, Jussi Marttila. Number 6, Janne Pikalisto. Why are we even
no,
trying
it's
that?
good. We're learning Finnish. That's
Okay.
important.
Number 7, Riku Riikonen. Number 8, Marko Enberg. 9, Jari Hovikorpi. 10, Rami Riikonen, the captain of the team. 12, Janne Salonen. 13, Antti Salonen. 14, Heikki Lukko. Number 23, Viktor Krylov. Number 33, Alexei Priezhnikov. 60, Yuri Boyko. 66, Kai Björk. 79, Aku Lukko. And 95, Antti Vattera.
It sounds perfect to me. Atos, what do you think? Lisa did a good job? I think it's fantastic. Since the last year we start, to maybe we can do a challenge about the Turkish name this
We could
year.
try, and that's a goal.
That's another
Okay.
goal.
The
The Finnish.
They managed to push away all the defenders. We had a lot of 3 Finnish players in front of the goal. Perfect, thank you for that. And there was just a goalie left and lifted very easily the push-up goal motion.
Yeah, Lisa was, while we were offline, suddenly we were having a little bit of a chat about the league, of the Czech league, where also the Austrian and also people from Hungary play.
And Slovakia.
And in Slovakia as well, thank you, and all the teams they have. And then we have the Finnish league as well. But we can see that the Finnish team is the stronger one, and you can see that they have more experience. And the question here is, well, there's a few of them that also play in the EuroLeague. And I don't think, for your league guys, if anyone playing in the EuroLeague in one of the teams?
The Czech guys?
Yeah.
No, there was a few years ago. Ooh, that's a counter-attack from the Finns. 2 against 1. That was an easy goal. That was just the goalie getting there last minute, and didn't even have time to position himself very well because he was alone, and that's the thing. They don't have that good physical condition, and the Finns are a bit more used to play longer games.
You can tell for for everything, the technique, the tactic, the way they swim, the way they get organized, that they have more experience. And as I was saying before, the Czech team is reacting pretty much to the Finnish game.
The players play for a long time. It's
I know,
not the same kind of experience.
But exactly, the thing is, if you as a team can play your tactic, or if the other team just destroy it and make it difficult for you, so you are reacting. And right now, the Finnish team, again, we are 3 under the basket of the Czech team.
It was a counter-attack with 4 players, and
great job from the Czech that just recovered, and again in the third, we're like 3-4 meters away from the goalie. And this is the way have been going on. Also for the minute that you couldn't see, guys, is pretty much this is happening. The Czechs have recovered the ball, get a little bit farther away, and then be back on their own goaling. And I have the feeling the Finnish have a little bit more underwater time, right? Because they can recover faster, they can be down faster than the Czechs.
it looks
And
like
then-
there was a lot of last-minute save. Was this no, there was no goal. So this was if the Finnish player threw the ball, it almost got in, and the goalie just
got it.
scooped it out before it got in the goal.
For a minute there, I thought that the referees had
I thought there was
stopped the
something.
game.
So this was really I was saying there was a lot of last-minute saves, but usually went in a one-against-one setting, where the defender, the Budjovic defender, would get down really last minute and grab the player and go away.
And for a minute there, because of the Finnish team went up, I thought that the referees had played a but we can't hear anything from the pool area, so that's we are a bit blind.
This is a Finnish, so Hemmelinen has stolen the basket. Okay, he went away. So here I guess we have Kuba, Jakub Finish then again on the goal. Oof. Intent of counter-attack by the Czechs.
and apparently holding or without ball. Can you tell us now how the sound is? Still very metallic, or it's better? And this I'm going to offline repeat, and I'm going to listen myself to talk, and so I can check the sound.
So I'm kind of, so we have free throw for Budjovice from Czech Republic. Okay, pass down and pass back up actually towards the surface. This is interesting. There was a lot of players at the surface as well, a lot of Finnish players too. Now there's one player in the close corner. Now there's a few more players, but the Czechs, when they're attacking, I don't know if it's also because they're trying to catch a breath from defending so long, but in their attack phases they don't have so active players. They have 1-2 players, the third one will come to save the ball and pass it directly, but they're not as active in their attack phases as the Finns. The Finns will just go to the basket, 3-4 players, and with all their power, and the Czechs are more staying in the corner and not attacking with that much intensity. Also from defending a lot, it's very exhausting, as a lot of people know.
I'm back now. Yes, it's really difficult and get very exhausting when you are all the time defending, because you are following the pace of the other team. When you are attacking, you can kind of decide the speed of the ball. Oh, look,
he's holding onto the basket.
A little bit. I think, no, he said
no goal. He was holding onto the basket.
He was holding to me.
He also tried a nice method, but then...
But you know that a lot of players don't realize? I mean, when you tell them...
You don't.
You hold the basket. No, I did not. I'm like, yes. You have to replay it, and it's like a reflex, I guess, you know? I mean,
it happens a lot. So they say, you grab a vaccine, like, hey, you grab onto the basket, like, we did not. Really, did I? Okay, the game is out now, so it finished... So Hemelina Sukantajat from Finland in blue won against České Budějovice from Czech Republic, who is playing in white. Is it 5-0 or 6-0?
7-0.
7-0?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
So now it's
women's game. We have Utse Langen from Germany against the Black Mermaids from Sweden.
Sweden, yep.
So it's the women's team.
Yeah, we can read the names. We have I don't know if I explained in English and German, but let's read in English. Number 2, this is Langen, is Mara Weissmann. Number 3, Simone Lepper. Number 4, Anna Old. Number 6, Stefanie Nusser. Number 7, Kathi Franke. Number 8, Heike Reichhuber. Number 9, Petra Koppen. Number 11, Janine Oswald. Number 12, Rias Palek. Number 14, Julia Ettinger. Number 15, Kati Velo. 16, Vanya Old. 18, Antin Rusche. 19, Maren Janko. 27, Maike Rosman.
And for the Black Mermaids from Sweden, we have number 2, Kajsa Lilja. 3, Linda Karlsson. 4, Antonia Helm. 6, Signe Davidsson. 13, Saga Blomberg. 14, Elin Strand. 15, Victoria Isaksson. 33, Eva Eriksson. 83, Erika Lindström. And 99, Mairi Price. Okay, so this will be very interesting.
The Black Mermaids had 10 people, and the Germans are full.
So this is the first game for the group F.
15 people. This is exactly, the women are 10 teams altogether, and they have 3 groups, and these 2 are in the group F. This is UC Langen, Black Mermaid, and Barcelona. And so it's a total of 23 teams, 13 males and 10 females. Yeah.
So the first 2 women's games that we had in the morning were all from Group G. And so those 4 teams, it's a group of 4 teams with Amager, Orcas, Makers, and Helvetia. So they all played, we had 2 against 2. It's a 4-team group, and now we'll have the first game for Group F. And,
the only thing that I have to go double check when I finish the commentating is go and check, because for the first time since I have memory, they do penalties if the the game finish in a tie. And in the past we never did that in the group games. We did it after that. So I'm a little bit, yeah, I don't want to say confused, but it's just interesting that they changed the rule, and I haven't been able to talk to Vina and why they take this measure. Anyway, we have now the game number 6, the German team in blue and the Swedish team in white. Let's see.
This is a team from Malmö, the Black Mermaids. It's the women's team of Malmö Triton, basically, with some non-Triton players, but they play together in the Swedish league. So they're a very strong team. They just won the Swedish championship for the
Black Mermaids.
10th time.
Yeah, but normally here they always do in the middle. They never, I mean, as much as I can remember, they didn't even do the
fifth,
third,
sixth, yeah.
always fifth, sixth place. So let's see how is this year.
So now this will be a tough, intensive game, I think, against Langen, so who won last year? The Champions Cup. Did they win?
No, that was Duisburg. Last year was Duisburg.
Sorry, yes.
Yep, and they lost against Norway. Okay, yeah.
Yes, we do have a full team for the Germans and 10 players.
Yeah, so it's
That's sweet.
the German team has 5 players more in a competition, which is actually exigent of the Champions Cup. That's really important factor. Let's see. Now the German team got the ball and they're in the corner. They're coming now over the other side, passing in the middle, passing it farther. We have 3 wide defending, and now there was a block, yeah, but it did not work very much from the blue team, and we have now Stephanie Lusa right underneath.
She's the captain of the national team,
She's
right?
the captain of the national team, yeah.
German national team.
Yeah, the German national team. I don't know. I think normally Laura Büchner is the captain, or they used to be from Langen, so I think let's check that out. But Laura is not playing, I think.
We don't have the captain.
Yeah.
We don't know who the captains are for those teams.
So we are on the Swedish side and the German team is attacking.
Without a break and very quite intensive. Okay, the Swedish got the ball back. We have, I think this is Signe Davidsson, trying to counter.
The forechecking is very good from the German team. I mean, even they lost the ball one or two few times. They're now attacking directly in the goalie, but it was not possible. It's still a lot of resistance and forechecking from the Swedish side. I mean, they're doing a good job, actually. It got dangerous for a minute there. We have about 90 people watching.
Let's see, you have the one of the German players. She's almost wrapped herself around the basket. Just got the ball.
I think that was
Pulls out a
Simone.
bit. The Germans are circulating the ball also around the basket, coming in, getting back out, passing, and back into.
Yeah.
Back to
Well,
the
I
basket.
think, that's fine. I mean, you need to play clever. You cannot start already, if you see that a 3-4 of the opposite, of course, just
It's
wait.
just
But sometimes you need to go in just to break a little bit and create some chaos, because otherwise it can become a bit passive.
Of course, but it's also very tiring for the defense if you're attacking a bit, then drawing back out, and then attacking again. It creates a lot of unrest in the defense. And
Yes.
it's very tiring, especially if you think the Black Mermaids, they only have 10 players.
Yep.
So they will get a bit tired with this kind of game. We have now a player from Langen under the goalie, waiting, very well placed.
We have Kati
goes
there,
back up
and
and
that's a
goal.
goal. Yeah, Kati is the captain. Kati has been playing also since at least 20 years. Very experienced player, and now she's the captain of the team. She just scored. That was number 15. Na, Kathi hast du das erste Tor gemacht für die deutsche Zuschauer. Seid ihr da? Ja, Patricia Spalek hat geschrieben. 1-0. Lass uns mal schauen, wie es weitergeht.
So the Black Mermaids were now in the half of Langen, attacking the basket. That's just one player against four.
Okay, wow, that was,
The Germans got the goal again, but
I think that they were so much attacking. Now, when you have to for so long attacking and to defend, sometimes it can be a little bit chaotic. But it's a good job.
it
Yeah.
was a nice steal of the ball by Langen to get off the hands of one of the Black Mermaids.
So we are back on the Swedish side now. And
That was a very risky change. Defender left her position, left a lot of space for the other two German players to come to the basket. And this is again a goal.
could you see who was the one doing?
No, I don't know the players.
This is sometimes, it's very handy with the men when we have the t-shirts because we can see the numbers better than with the women.
The women too, if they have numbers on the back.
Yeah, some of them and some having the fins, but I've been checking and sometimes the fins don't match the number they are giving us. Or the number 5, for instance, is not in the list, for instance. So we have now the German team in possession of the ball. They're counter-attacking, and now they are back. That was a pity. That was a good counter-attack, but the ball was missing in the last pass, so they had to kind of, trace back, and that slowed down the whole attack. And now they have to start from square one, trying to disrupt the defending of the Swedish team. Now we have two blues right underneath, and that's Stephanie Nusa. Oh no, that was
That was a goal. So
Petra, sorry. Oh, that was the number 6, anyway. Okay.
The numbers on the fins, if they are with the German flag, they don't correspond to the club numbers because
Not
national team numbers.
yes, some of them do and some not, but I read the 6 as a 9, that's why. So that's also easy to mistake.
So this was a very nice goal actually. The German player came over, she lifted the goalie by the shoulder and scored on the wall side.
Yeah, no, sometimes I recognize it by the body language who is playing, but
Of course, because you know them.
no, not all of them, just some.
So here we have a free throw for Langen. Let's see what the referee said. So we're again in front of the Swedish basket, and the Germans are again swimming around, passing and creating confusion for the Swedish defenders and for checkers. We see as well that the teams, both of them, are playing a bit slower now. The beginning was very fast.
Yeah, well, but it's 3-0 for the Germans, so now, the ones that need to speed up maybe a little bit is the Swedish team trying to recover the ball and see if they want to maybe try to at least score a few goals. I don't know if it's going to be possible because right now the Germans are in control of the ball and control of the game, actually, pretty much.
Pretty much they're forcing the Black Mermaids to defend and the way they want them. So, but we knew.
And I'm surprised because the Black Mermaids maybe could do a bit of a stronger forechecking like right now that they're doing, because they're letting the Germans swim around, and now we have, I think that's Kati was on the goalie, and that was a little bit dangerous. Now they recovered the ball and the counter-attack, but there was a great recovering from the German. It was just swimming into, and I think, yeah, that's Stephanie, that's Steffi Nusa. Now we have 2 against 2, and you see that, you know, the German team really pass the ball, and then when they are right under the goal, then they develop strong.
And basically a 1 against 1 situation with one player lifted the goalie.
4-0 for Germany now, and we still have a little bit over a minute to go from the first half of the game.
And referees, we have that's Olsen on the open side that we see here, and Emre on the closed side, and Janne Lindell on the deck.
Okay, so we have now again another attack. A goal is being grabbed and pulled up by one of the German players, but that was well defended. There was no score still, and they are trying to come over the close side, but they're passing the ball. I mean, we always have at least 1 or 2 players of the German team to receive the pass and continue the attack. I mean, so they can build up really these waves. But now I think, I mean, the Swedish team is defending a little bit, well, okay, that because the Germans are closer, but they're more on to the one with the ball. Because before, a few minutes before, they were too passive, just watching how the Germans were passing the ball around. Now we have
halftime.
Okay.
It's halftime.
3 minutes. Do we have Swedish fans watching? Let us know. Let some commentaries for your teams, because the teams watch the matches then afterwards, and then they can see the live commentaries, and then here we are with Lisa and Beate behind, and already you can see the pokale,
the trophy,
the trophy.
Trophy.
We are missing still the women's trophy, because I think that the Norwegians still haven't arrived.
No, they will play at 3:30, so in an hour against Vienna.
Okay, so let us know your comments. What do you want to know? How is the sound? Is it a little bit better? I mean, Jens here is putting it. I think it's nice, you know, to have it like kind of, it's more almost like artistic.
This is a bit better. Have a headless person in the back. Beate has no more head.
Thank you, Jens.
Perfect.
Is the sound still a lot metallic, or has had battering? Sound is good. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Dankeschön. Quite metallic still. It's like all that's Jens.
This is Jens, one of our technicians.
All of your complaints go back to him and Bine.
He's been working really hard with Bine on fixing the live stream and the sound and everything.
Today apparently was difficult. I know that all the technical stuff was like a bit more challenging than other years apparently.
It happens. People are playing, that's most important.
I want to show you, look, beautiful t-shirt that we got from Wasabro. The orcas are arriving now for it is for the crew. If you want to buy, can you see my back? If you want to buy, then they're going to have other, I mean the ones for the kind of souvenirs, and you can buy them. And I think, yeah, you could pre-order some online as well. So, by the way, you know, we had the academy yesterday. If you want to collaborate, we have some stickers that they did for us, so we can gather some money, so we can build up a website and put all of the presentation we had done in the last 3 years. So come here to the box, and there's a sticker for €2, so we can have some money to continue with the work of the academy. So a few seconds to go. Second half between the German team of Jusel Langen and Swedish team of Black Mermaids. 4-0 for the German team. And so far I don't see how the Black Mermaids can turn this around, because Germany is very, very strong in the way they're playing right now.
That's grabbing equipment. So
Yep.
free throw against the Black Mermaids. There has been a couple free throws already, and all in favor
Because-
of the Germans.
Okay.
No, or one.
But do you see that we have been always because of the same? They're grabbing the equipment. They have like there's some teams that have the tendency to commit like the same kind of fouls, but I didn't see that. Okay, we have one of the Germans right underneath, and
That's
that
goal.
was a goal, and I think
Textbook.
that was
goal.
Steffi, I
I think it was Steffi Nusser.
Yeah,
She
Steffi.
just did a push-up
She
goal textbook.
She has a way of moving the
scoring.
water, and she's the number 6. But before he had the fin, was the other way around, so I really like him now.
It happened.
So it's 5-0 now for Germany, and within the first minutes of the second half, we're in the middle. Germans have the ball, and then a counter-attack. They're a bit farther away. Apparently the Swedish recover, or that's well, we can't see what's going on. They're off the picture, literally.
Okay. Camera. We need a camera straight in the middle. Okay, so the Germans
We have about 100 people watching.
So free throw for Black Mermaids for equipment, grabbing the equipment, or grabbing the head. Grabbing the head, I think.
It looked like it.
Okay, so let's see if this gives some opportunity to Black Mermaids to attack a bit more in the German half. So here we have Signe Davidsson with the ball, and the basket got tackled by a German player.
Oh, that was a little bit on the neck.
Much.
It didn't look that she was on purpose, like, attacking there, but it just looked a little bit dangerous, and that's already a reason to maybe...
I don't think the referee saw it.
No,
because
it
he
was difficult. The angle, it's sometimes difficult. Sometimes we have a better angle from the camera, So we are now watching Germany against Sweden, and now it's a free throw against the Swedish team, and I can't see...
before getting out of the field, I think that's
Yes, it went out of the play area. So, yeah, I don't know who the number 5 is. I don't. Well, it's the number 5 is Simone Lepa, but here I have it as a number 3.
This looks like there was a timeout. Yes, one of the teams took a timeout. Which one of them?
Well,
I guess it might be that maybe the Black Mermaids took the timeout.
I also think
the
so,
free throw
because
against them.
being 5-0 for the free throw, I don't know if you have more than maybe giving your time just to breathe a little bit and maybe try to practice something. That could be another thing. Maybe the Germans could have also for the timeout and get organized and see if they want to use, I don't know, a special tactic, or I don't know. I'm not saying, but it
you
looks...
say, well, anyway, we're not going to win this. We cannot really turn it around. So let's try to take a bit more initiative, or do something else. Anyway, we're losing, and it doesn't really matter how much. Who else is in their group?
It's fine. I mean, they are in the group
With Barcelona.
with
so
Barcelona, yeah.
goal difference still matters, of course, for replacement.
Well, but that's the thing. I mean, before, when they was a tie, they played penalties, and normally, I don't understand, we never done it in the past, so I need to check that out with referees.
Was holding, I think, on 2 baskets by Langen.
So we have now the Swedish team in possession.
Again, holding again by the Germans. It's another free throw for the Black Mermaids. Same free throw for the same mistake at not even 20 seconds difference. Here we have scrum mid-depth. Swedish have the ball, attacking. We have 3 Swedish players in the water, and they just lost the ball. It escaped their hands. Counter attack by the Germans. So the Germans are attacking again.
Yeah, sorry, Lisa. I was answering the chat. The people were asking what do we think, which teams are going to be in the podium, and I just wrote that I think that female or male, I think the 3 countries that are strong and that have the chance are the Colombians, Norway, and Germany. That's for me the 3, and both males and females. That's my.
Let's see the Danish women as well, because they're good and they arrived 3rd.
Yeah, last year they won 7 with 7 girls, but let's see. So we have now the German team still attacking, and they're on the half of the Swedish team, and the Swedish team are defending quite well. It's just the attack that is failing. It's like they cannot really pass and go on the other side of the pole. It's like German forechecking is really good, because the defending is also, I mean, it's not been a very easy game. I mean, that every goal has been really fought for. They're fighting in the corner now.
Swedish got the ball that the Germans let escape. Scrum on the surface. Guess that the Swedish are trying to push it away from the basket. Can't really see what's happening. Okay, so 1 against 1. The Swedish got the ball. Got caught by a German player, 1 against 1. And okay, there was Stephanie Nussa. She got stopped again. It was a bit last minute save. So again, fighting on the surface for the ball. We don't really know what's happening apart from that. Because German got the ball. And we have now no defender from the Swedish team.
But the ball was a little bit far away. Nevertheless, now
we
this
had 2
chaotic.
people in front of their basket. So then when the defender came, she had it wasn't that easy for her to position herself as good as.
But they're still, defending pretty well. But now there's no one, or just the goalie alone, and there's 2 blue ones coming. Oh, that took a little bit too long to do the pass, because it was a good, well position. I mean, there was Maren, the number, no, Heike, sorry. No.
1 against 1, and that's goal as well.
That's Kati again, number 15, scoring the 6th goal. I'm sorry, but the problems we have a list here that apparently is not really the same. I mean, some of the numbers are changed here, so.
I really think that the numbers on the Finns do not correspond to the ones on the caps. It's their national team numbers.
I know, yes, but then they.
Don't read the Finns. Don't read the Finns.
No. Sometimes I recognize the body and the movement of the player, but then it's of course the number of the national team. But then when I check here, there's another. So I don't know. It's just complicated. Let's see, 6-0, and there's a time out
for Germany, I guess.
No, now it's a Black Mermaid. That means that Germany, took the first one.
Yes, because they got. There was a lot of free throws at the time.
We are back here.
Okay. And how much is left for this halftime?
So 122 people watching. This is the 6th game of the day, 31st Champions Cup. and this is just started at 3 o'clock p.m. of Friday here in Berlin. We started 3 hours ago, and coming up, which is the game coming up? Marsch for the German men and Wien for the Austrian men. Yeah.
So now it's the sixth game of the day. Okay, the Swedish have ball, and in the open corner of the Germans, and free throw. Oh, yes, they got out of the playing field, playing area.
Hold on, I'm just completing my post for the chat because they were asking about who were the three nations, and I just wrote down the three nations in a random order, not in the order that I thought were going to win. Just I think those three nations have a chance to the first three places, you know. So I was trying to, that's my opinion, so I was just clarifying that in the chat. Writing and watching and talking, it's all that a little bit more complicated.
Yeah. The Black Mermaids are defending quite consistently. The problem is really when there is those surface scrums, then that's where they got 2 goals scored now with the surface scrum, or the last goal was like that, but it was before a couple of times. The same dangerous situation that there is no defender, just a goalie, or the defender comes too late because they're busy just under the scrum or in the scrum, and they're too close to the basket, and then you have some German players actually getting down to the basket, and one situations or two against one, so which is very dangerous. But in the game, there's 6 seconds left. Apparently, some surface scrum again. The Germans have the ball, and the game is finished.
So 6-0 for the German team, and we now have the next game coming up. It's the German men team of Marsch against the Wien Austrian team.
Maybe you want to take a break on 4
yes,
games?
So I'm going to leave Lisa with, I don't know, we see who is coming.
So we just finished the 6th game of the day at the 31st Champions Cup. Now we are waiting for the men's game, TSV Malsch from Germany against UWC Wien, so Vienna from Austria. For the group, they play in Group B. It's the first game in this group, and I am commenting with Annika.
Hello guys!
So Annika's first time commenting the game.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Okay, so let's see how it goes. It will be, I think, quite intensive game, so much. But this year they won the German league for the first time after 10 years.
Yeah, they won 1-0 against Bamberg. It was Bamberg. Really tense. All people in the swimming pool were like, "Oh my God, what's going to happen?" And so they're back at Champions Cup.
So let's see how this game goes. And for referees, so maybe we can say the player list.
Player list. Okay. So it's here.
Yes.
Here. Okay.
So
for for TSV Malsch, number 1 is playing Markus Heckrad. Number 2 is Sascha Büchner. Number 4 is Martin Schottmüller. Number 5 is Jens Dingel. Number 6 is Georg Daringer. Number 8 is Jürgen Schier. Number 9 is Christian Förschler. Number 10 is Jochen Schottmüller. Number 11 is Michael Wiesel. Number 13 is Christian Staubach. Number 14 is Christian Prowald. Number 15 is Alexander Wicht, and number 16 Florian Wiesel. Number 23 Colin Leible, and 24 is Matthias Otten. You want to go on me?
Yes, and for Vienna we have two number threes. What? Okay. Number 3 Jan Kinderman, but usually he plays with 56 or something like that. I don't know. Other number 3 Andreas Tanzmann, 5 Akos Adner, 7 Peter Marecek, 8 Jan-Ove Wiesner, 9 Thomas Jufmann, 10 Ulrich Pont, 11 Matthias Neunteufel, 12 Andreas Pell, 13 Peter Kalkhuber, 14 Thomas Denk, 15 Andreas Schneiderbauer, 18 Markus Wimmer, 19 Baldwin Landl, and 20 Thorsten Lütke. Okay, and for the referees we have, I have the names of the referees.
That's Kaiser at deck referee.
Deck referee is Kaiser Lindman, and then we have underwater, we have Manuel, Tito de Moraes, and Rafael Tito de Moraes as well, so the two brothers are underwater. Okay.
So we have Thomas Shankly watching and Colombo watching from So we're starting the game. White went for the ball, but blue got it in the end, and they're now attacking the white goal.
So the scrum at the surface. Malch is attacking. They also have a player next to the basket. Peter Kalkhuber defending for checking.
They're defending quite good. Malch isn't getting to the goal.
After 35 seconds.
Yeah.
It would be a bit worrying.
Now they're going
Midfield. Vienna has the ball, so this is Jan Ove, I think.
ball possession stays wide. They're moving to the blue corner. Loss of the ball again. Malch is attacking again. Number 11.
So there the Vienna team is managing to get the ball, but the Germans are better at keeping it and stealing it from them. And this is a goal, so apparently from the closed side, one of the players must have lifted the goalie or taken advantage of the small hole. The defense, I don't know if you saw, there was the other goalie pushing his teammate on the basket, but apparently that was not enough.
Totally.
Okay, so Vienna starts again.
Yeah. They stay in ball possession, struggling at the midfield. Now blue is in ball possession again.
I think, is it out? No, it's not out of the playing field.
Setting up their attack, waiting for the other players to arrive, and going straight in.
So let's see how Vienna does, because of course there's a difference in level between those two teams if you're being objective, but I think they can, I think they will put up a good game. I hope. And
goal
that
again.
was another goal.
Number.
So Malch is definitely way stronger, this we know.
But Vienna is really good defending, but they struggle to keep the ball in their possession, so they're really fast losing the ball, right?
Yeah, so on defense they're struggling, but Malch, both times now we had someone coming from the open side and really pressing long time against the goalie. So maybe, I don't know if the team has realized that it's 2-0 for the moment. Let's see how it evolves, and if there is other goals, how they come.
Yeah, maybe they get used or get into the game.
What was it, roughing?
The
free throw for Vienna? Was it roughing? Not sure. So
dominated by... Okay. Trying to come over the closed corner. Lost the ball again.
Malch are very good at getting the ball from Vienna.
Yes.
I mean, I have to say Vienna has also a couple new players, not many, but I know Akos is new. Thorsten I don't know either.
Okay.
So maybe a bit newer players.
Yeah, Malch has quite experienced players. Some of them played for the national team.
Oh, Vienna have the team of Vienna was playing at the World Championships
too.
this summer.
And they did a good job. So,
Yeah, they're not too bad.
So they're in the midfield, trying to steal the ball from the blue team. They're now attacking from the close corner. Defender got the ball.
There's another attack, he got it from underneath him again.
Yes. And now there's a struggle at the white goal. Blue has the goal, is attacking from the open side.
And that's the goal again.
Pass to the close side and then goal.
They're really good. I think they're just at once. When they put the
Yeah.
ball, it's very quick movement. You don't really
There are
see
always
how it happens.
two or three people attacking together.
So apparently we should focus on Christian Proveld, number 14 from Malch. Okay, we will try to see who he is on the water, if we can recognize him.
I think
Focus on his
I
game.
think I could, because he has like curly hair and sometimes it sticks out underneath his cap. So
Okay. So Annika plays in Germany and I play in Austria. So that's why we know a bit the players, but not too well. Okay, so that's Christian Proveld on,
that's on the goal.
Okay. So now some midfield. Vienna has lost the ball midfield, and
Number 2 of Malch is attacking alone, waiting for his place. Now they're taking... That's Christian Proveld actually. Attack. Now
and that's the goal. There was the lift of the goalie and
sometimes
the player wrapped himself around the basket and passed it. So Proveld was wrapped around the basket, passed it passed the ball to one of his teammates, and then was able to score. Do you hear all the background noise, the spectators online? Because in our headphones, a lot of the people talking.
It's Lorena talking, I think.
From outside. But I don't
yeah.
know if you hear that too in the live stream. Yes, you do. Okay. Well, this is us. So time out for Vienna. Vienna took a time out now. Yes. So the game goes slightly as expected. To be honest, didn't expect to be so many goals in the first half.
Yeah.
Let's see how it keeps on evolving. Maybe Malch, I don't know how if they think of keeping on playing as hard as possible. They're on their side. Do they want to play as hard as possible, or do they play a bit more relaxed now because they 4-0 first half? Maybe Vienna changes their tactics now. They just took a timeout. So let's see how the game keeps on evolving. There's 4 minutes left, and a lot of the games today has been the team who was clearly dominated at the beginning. Towards the last 3-4 minutes of the first halftime, they change a bit. They get a bit more awake, or the game changes a bit towards the end of first halftime.
Now they're struggling again in the middle field. The ball is in possession of number 6 of Malch. He passed. They're trying to set up attack again.
The Vienna players struggle to take the ball from Malch.
Yes.
They don't really make it.
So there's another attack going on from the closed corner. The ball is in midfield. Midfield again, possession of Vienna, but they dropped it and recovering.
So there was an advantage apparently.
Holding. So free throw for Vienna.
It's interesting how often a lot of the fouls are actually made by the team that is currently winning. It was the case the previous game, Langen against who are they playing?
Black Mermaids.
Against the Black Mermaids, also Orcas before against Amager. They doing quite a lot of fouls, maybe also because they're trying to play more intense and more risky to score.
Yeah. So we now have again ball possession of March, swing in the closed corner, trying to set up attack, losing the ball, but recovering it really fast. And there was again another referee call, holding
For Vienna.
free throw.
So I think it's Thomas Deck with the ball again.
Yeah,
Leading the free
it's
throw.
not 2 meters. Okay. They started and are now trying to keep the ball, but one of the Mars players, it was the second free throw, and one of the Mars
One
players...
against one.
That's Christian Proa, isn't it?
And the goalie got the ball and is
Yes.
trying.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, Vienna is defending again. There is a
Yes.
surface scrum in the corner, really in between the walls.
Yes.
Okay, Vienna has the ball.
Going midfield, trying to pass to Mars players. And now they're past midfield. Number 4, there are 2 people trying to set up attack, which is going quite well.
This is Peter Kalkhuber here. Lost his snorkel.
Yes. So
A bit of contemporary dancing here in
Okay.
midfield, fighting for the ball.
checking forward.
Okay, so it's now some fight for the ball possession. Vienna is really trying.
They're right getting into the game, right? Okay.
And we're again around the Vienna basket.
2 players are trying to attack, blocking the defender.
So Malch is taking now around the basket. They're taking their time, but once they attack, they really go fast, and they're attacking movements when they
Yes.
first score really fast. Okay. Oh, halftime. So the
Halftime.
first halftime is over. I will try to tell the people outside to speak a bit less loud.
Yes. So we saw a quite good halftime of March with 4 goals, and then we have had 2 3-throw attacks and always there was one player staying 2 meters, and then they came from behind dropping the ball, and so they were really fast at the basket again to try to set up the attack. We now have change of sides, so all the players are getting to breathe a little bit. Maybe Vienna is now having the strength to get into the game a little bit better, understanding how much is attacking and playing. So they set up the defense a little bit harder and getting out there and managing the ball possession. So Lisa is just getting a few things and it's coming back in a few seconds. Okay, we have on the live chat greetings to Lorena, which she's actually isn't here right now, but we will pass it to her. Orca has played so far, the women's, and won. And right now we have the game Malch against Wien. So we have halftime. The referees are discussing and speaking.
So
I just
Benjamin Diaz
Yeah,
just wrote in the chat.
Yeah.
Lilo is well. So Lorena is outside. Lilo is well. She played very well. Camilo
Yes.
I haven't seen, and Pacho is sick.
he's in
And
bed.
Darkest player is sick.
Yeah.
So 1 minute left for the halftime. Okay. How's it going? First time commentating?
It's going really good. Sometimes it's hard to see when they're on the close corner what they're doing, but
We don't see
perfect.
more
Yes.
around that.
I think we'll get there. We have 3 days left of commentating right now, so we are just it. If you have any comments about our commentating, write so in the commentaries.
We'll try
Yeah.
to adapt. If you have any special wishes, more analysis, more background information or something, we can try to do it. Okay, so 15 seconds left for halftime. Maybe we should switch camera. We don't control it here. It's in the other room. 4-0, seventh game of the day. Camera switched, so TSV Malsch from Germany in blue against Vienna from Austria in white. 4-0.
So really fast start.
Malsch got the ball. They're very strong. They're dominating the
Vienna
game,
is
but
in ball possession right now, struggling against Marsh, so they managed to get the ball, which wasn't so the first time. I think they really got into the game. Now they're trying over the close corner to set up their game.
Vienna is at the Malsch basket, which
Yeah.
happened just twice in the first half time, I
Yeah.
think, or 3 times.
And there
maybe.
are always 3-4 players coming in waves and trying to set up the attack, not losing the ball. They're still playing out of the corner, ball possession wide. Now they had to pass to the midfield, but they managed to get back to the corner.
But you see the difference, for instance, when the same situation, similar situation is happening, playing the corner over the Vienna basket,
Yeah.
there would be a defender and the goalie, and Malsch is way more relaxed. I know they're further away from
Yeah.
the basket, but they just had one person, just the goalie, waiting, but they know that they're stronger, I think, and that they for them it will be easier to get back to the basket
they got
and to
the-
defend. Have
and-
very strong players.
Yeah, right now we are at the Vienna basket, trying to attack. But they tried over the open side, lost the ball to Vienna because they dropped it.
Counter-attack from Vienna, but not very fast.
No. They were stopped by player number 2 of Mars, which is Sascha Büchner. Now they're in possession again. White team is
Looks a bit like
struggling.
holding the wrong,
Yeah.
the net was a bit limit.
Yeah, there was like pushing, roughing. So there's
Pushing free throw for Vienna.
yes.
So Vienna is comparatively playing better now than they did at the beginning of
Yes.
first half.
I think they found their thrive in the
Yes.
game.
And it's also a bit what I was saying before, the previous game, Black Mermaids against Langen from Germany. To Lorena, it will be very hard, almost impossible if we're being objective, for Vienna to win this game. So maybe say, let's try to do something else. Let's try to play as well as we can, but try to get as little goals as possible, of course. But then let's try to play as well as possible and change the way of playing. Yes, just got the coffee supplier from Wolf. Yes, perfect.
So they now really are playing more at the March basket, trying to set up their attack, playing the ball quite nicely around the basket. Now they lost it again, but trying to interfere the passes. But now we're going into the corner of the Vienna basket.
And the defensive forechecking by Vienna is also better now. This stopping Malsch midfield that they were struggling a bit before.
So the fans got the ball, dropped it, and Malsch is struggling harder to set up their attack. They're not getting so close to the basket right now.
There was surface scrum, I think. Malsch has the ball. But you see, Vienna is, even if they have been defending a lot now,
3 or 4 players.
they have a lot of players on the water, very consistent like that. Was grabbing the neck a bit.
Holding without the ball.
I think the referee from the It.
Yeah. So we don't have a view of him. But it's now free throw against for Vienna.
As Vienna was attacking as much as well, now they were more. They didn't have to defend that much. They could save some air, I think, and now that's also why they defend better as well. If you don't defend that much, it's easier for you to defend. Defend afterwards.
Okay, now we have another ball possession of March going to the corner. And they're pretty nicely playing out the corner of the closed side. And there are always two people like at the goal when they set up an attack.
So now we see number 8. Jürgen Schia was waiting here for a long time. It looks like someone's at the surface with the ball. Turning down.
There comes number 10.
So he passed the ball down and swam directly to the basket.
Jochen Schottmüller, but now the defender from Vienna has the ball. Number, is it 18?
Yes, that's looks like Peter Konkunen.
Markus Wimmer.
True.
And he really nicely got hold of the ball, checked forward, and now that we are back at the Mausch basket.
Which is quite surprising actually. If you see, if you have
seen the first half, no,
you would not have expected them to turn the game around that much. I'm not saying they're not scoring, but they're at the Mausch basket. Maybe Mausch is letting them. I don't think they do that on purpose because Mausch came here to win, and you don't let another team get to your basket on purpose.
There was timeout for Mausch.
So Mausch took a timeout now.
So that really is what you said. They don't doing it on purpose. They came here to win. And they're like trying really hard.
Yes. So there is already a few minutes gone from the second halftime. I think we must be halfway through. So they didn't score in this halftime.
No, there wasn't a goal in this halftime. So it's really a sign for Vienna getting stronger and more confident in attacking and setting up the attack and managing the ball.
They got themselves together. They're got a bit a taste of the game, first game of the tournament as well, and the first game now. Okay, second half time. Let's get a bit more serious and get better. And they're playing way better than the first half time. I think.
They really found themselves in the pool. So minutes left,
and it's a free throw.
Looks like a free throw for March. Like 4 minutes left in the second half of the 7th game of today. Okay, there started with the free throw for Mausch. Getting in over the corner. There are a lot of people waiting at the basket, trying to push the ball. Now they're pushing. Now there's a third defender again.
This is a bit holding the head, but
now this number 14 Christian Brovard has the ball, went into his scrum at the surface, and now we're back again attacking. But you see Vienna is now down with more people, like trying to interfere their attacks, and March isn't always with 3 players there. Yes. Now it was a goal. Goal from March from the close side again. We didn't see who did the ball.
It's always this thing that when they score, they really find the smallest window of opportunity and score a very quick and powerful move. And so it's very easy to miss actually that when they score. Now it was a goal, and who did it, how did he do it? It's very hard to see, especially on the close side. It's very
it says 1 second, and then so we're back in the game again. We have scrum or fighting for the ball in the middle field. Ball possession has Vienna. And now Marsch again. They're playing safely out of the corner. And now we have an attack. But the
closed side again.
Yeah,
there's no
the open
defender.
side. Yeah, there was from the open side number, was it 10? Could be, but it was from the open side.
He did a push-up goal, and there was no defender.
Yeah, there was no defender. There was just the goalie and the scorer, and that's these 1 second opportunities to score.
Yes, and then they dragged the defender away because it was a scrum. that happens.
Yes.
With which team do we train? So, Annika?
With I'm training with Freiburg, which is in the far south of Germany, and then I train wherever I travel. Oh, that's another fast attack.
Would have been a good goal opportunity, very good scoring position, but there was no goal from Alch.
They're at the close side again.
Goalie had lighted his shoulder on basket, but he was not being under attack, so...
Yes.
Okay. No, and me, Lisa, I play with STC Graz in Austria, and I also participate in the Austrian national team's training camps, as do all the women in Austria, actually.
Yes. So
that's why I know the Vienna teams, especially the women. I will do the next game as well. I know them quite well.
Yes.
The men not that well, but I see them regularly in the Czech League and everything. That's why I know them quite well.
So Vienna is trying to set up an attack again, holding the ball, number 4, which is there's no number 4.
There's no number. It looked like there was a goal on an empty basket. That looked like Thomas, I think. Who arrived too late, but it was very, very fast attack.
It was a really fast counter-attack from Malch, coming from the far corner to score. So we have 19 seconds left in this game. It's a 7-0 for Malch. But Vienna really played a good second half. They really got into the game, defending and attacking more. There was a scrum, and now the game is over. So Malch wins with 7-0 against Vienna, but Vienna really found itself into the game.
Yes, they improved a lot the way they played over the game. So they got scored on 5 times in the first half time and twice only in the second half time, and just towards the end. Actually, both goals were at the end.
Yes. So there was like maybe tiring. So next game coming up is Akaren versus Vienna Women.
Yes. So
that will be an interesting game.
It will be an interesting game, and it's the first game also for their group, for women's group E. So there is 3 groups for the women, because there's 10 teams. And so the group now is Akaren, Vienna, and Firenze. So Norway, Austria, and Italy. And so it's the first game for this group.
It will be a very interesting game, because the Vienna women were really, or the Austrian women were really good at the World Championships.
Well, national team is half Vienna, half Graz, so
they're
missing some key players. They're missing some very good players.
Yeah, okay.
For a national team,
you, for example.
I don't play. Didn't play this summer, but Karen has won the Champions Cup last year, so this will be a very interesting game. Let's see how they will do. For on the Vienna side, so we're staying together for this game.
I think so. Yeah.
So it is actually the 4th women's game of the Champions Cup. And we have Akaren from Norway in blue.
And white from Austria.
So you want to give a try with the team lists of the Norwegians?
Okay, so should I do the Norwegians?
Sure.
Is it here, right? We're just searching for the team lists from there are Karen. Okay, we have like for Norway playing number 2, Marie Prateteig. Number 3 is Stine Rosagdal. Number 4 is Tove Holland. Number 6 is Lisbeth Hoxberg. Number 7 is Berit Detley. Number 9 is Kilok Holland. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. Number 13 is Cecile Scorer. Number 15 is Odd Ingrid Crafting. Number 16 is Irene Royalton. Number 17 is Eli Haugen. Number 19 is Hilde Hestangen. Number 20 is Christina Nergard. And number 25 is Lise Knudsen.
Okay, and for Vienna we have 9 Ulrike Janowski, 18 Sabrina Scheuer, 23 Magdalena Wölzel, 26 Jackie Heitz, 29 Sophie Bartenstein, 32 Stephanie Popp, 36 Elisabeth Schwarz, 37 Denise Schmutz, 44 Daniela Neunteufel, 52 Theresa Wiehan, 64 Doris Neuberger, 70 Monika Spöttl, 77 Sabine Führer, and 93 Nausicaa Decker. And the captain is Denise Schmutz, vice captain of the Austrian national team. And then we have underwater, so the referees. We have, so at the deck we have Bob, I don't have the last names, and underwater we have Birgit Littke, so the head referee of the Champions Cup, and Juliana, who is a candidate international referee from Colombia, and Robert Glock is observer, along with Manuel, I think. So we have some prognosis for the results of the games. Søren Nielsen says that the game might be 5+ goal difference or 10+ goals difference. I don't think there will be 10+ goals difference, but 5, that would be a good 5 goals difference. Let's see. Apparently Akan is missing some players, and we have Akan officially has 15 players. I don't know if they are all there, and Vienna has 14, but I know a couple are sick as well, so I don't know if they are playing with full 15, 14 players. I cannot see that.
So they're trying to get ready. Hi Wolf. So we're just on camera and he walked in. So hi again. Wolf, you want to go say greetings?
The game has started. Please change the camera back. Akan got the ball. Vienna got it back. We have this is Robert's calf on the camera.
We're playing at the corner of the closed side of the current basket.
So Vienna is actually attacking Akaren.
They're setting up an attack. Now number 6 of Akaren managed to get the ball with one of the Austrian players.
Sabrina Scheuer now is tackling players. Nausicaa here.
So Vienna managed to get back the ball. Trying to set up their game in the corner, playing nicely around the basket.
They're forcing Akan to defend.
And now they're coming to players at the wave in, and their third one trying to set up the attack. Cameron is nicely defending. They now missing a player from downside. So they're still attacking.
Vienna players positioned under the basket, waiting. Ball is a bit too far though.
Yeah,
and Vienna lost the ball. Akan passed it to the empty. Vienna got the ball back. That's always a risk if you pass the ball
yourself.
You don't know if your teammate or the opponent will get it.
Yes. So they're really playing these first few minutes at the basket of Akaren.
It's been 2 minutes almost, yes.
And there was like some struggle in the midfield, but Vienna managed to get back the ball, trying to pass Norwegian players to get back
at the ball. So Akaren didn't pass in midfield yet.
No, they're still in the midfield.
They were, and now Vienna got the ball back. They're fighting for it and
moving towards the
free throw.
What's
coming from? Okay.
Free throw for Vienna, playing outside the area. They're quite good, quite an unexpected start for the game, right? Like Vienna is really playing.
I don't know, because if you think at the World Championship, the Austrian national team lost against Colombia, live stream froze, 3-0 only, and
Yeah.
we're expecting a bigger difference. And
Really?
against they beat Denmark 3-2,
Yes.
which was, I think, the biggest surprise,
Yes.
one of the biggest surprises of World Championships.
Yes. Now we're for the first time at the corner of the Vienna basket, but now moving back to the middle field, struggling for the ball. Number 25 has it from McCarran, trying to break free, and they did it.
So now the Norwegians are at the Austrian basket, I guess. We don't see a wrong camera.
Camera,
And we have
now
this
camera
frozen
is
image
present.
coming again and again of the
That's
men's
Mars.
game. Yes, it's
Yes,
always the same
so
frozen
it's-
image coming.
Okay. So we now have the attack set up at the
I think
Vienna basket.
I think the corner camera doesn't work.
The far left corner.
The far
camera
left
could
corner
be-
doesn't work. Every time they try to switch to it, we get this frozen image.
Yes.
So
So we're trying to fix it. Some challenges, which we had today as well. So we,
the technicians are aware about the camera.
yeah. So that's why we don't see it, but we have a scrum and they're moving to midfield. Vienna is in ball possession, struggling against a current player. Still a scrum at the surface. Pass to one of their current players who laid underneath the scrum. Trying to set up their attack. They're coming in waves.
We don't know what's happening.
Pretty fast. Now we don't see anything.
Oh, camera is back. Perfect.
Nice. Thank you.
And there was,
And there was a goal.
But
We see the ball lying in the basket, so
so I think we had Daniela on the goal and Sabina in front, but I'm not completely sure. But that's also the thing. Vienna went really strong into the game at the beginning, so maybe it was a bit too strong and it got tired. Let's see how the game keeps on evolving.
could
But
be.
it's a good game. It's
a good
starting
game.
very well. Let's see if we can prove
Struggling.
Christian Schäfer wrong.
What did he say?
No, that it would be a 5+ goal. Okay, we're in midfield again. Vienna has the ball.
Trying to get to the basket again.
Sabrina Scheuer here
Nicely defending.
with the ball.
They're coming in waves, but there are always like 3 or 4 Norwegian players down there.
So apparently the Norwegians are missing some of their key and strongest players.
But they're managing the ball right well. New wave of attackers from Vienna comes in. One was too far and she left too early. She stole the defender's position.
So 1 against 2. So it's very interesting how Akarin, when they go to defend, we have like 2 or 3 people going down at once. And it's switching really well. Doesn't leave lots of empty spots for the Viennese women to attack, but they're trying and they're staying around the basket, not
Yes.
taking too many risks, but they're there. They're not going too far from the basket,
Yes.
maximum midfield and coming back.
And now they're coming back in as a wave. One of their current players had the ball. Now we have a scrum in the midfield at the surface. And now we're back in ball possession of Vienna. Trying to attack. 1 against 2 or 3 actually. Okay.
The Norwegians got the ball, so number 13 is counter-attacking. This is Cecilie Skare. I think she's the captain in Graz. Might be, maybe someone can give information if you know that in the chat.
Now we are in the corner of the coast side of the Vienna basket. Akarin trying to attack. Vienna put nicely around the basket. Now that was a goal.
That's
Right in the moment when the defender got up to change.
to defend,
Yeah.
to switch, and that's where you see the difference when Akarin are defending, they actually have a defender and an attacker for defending for checker. And Vienna, they didn't. Now they were lacking both times. Actually, they were lacking an attacker in between the defender and the ball.
Yes.
So it was easier. Akanen could get closer to the basket.
So they're now again at the basket.
Ooh, this one against
one.
one.
They tried the Merla, the technique to we also call a bottle opener, lying around the basket, but it was just quick. Number 9 was getting in, and they're really attacking in waves. There was 1, 2, 3 people down there, and then they see one, and they really, you see, they dropped the ball quite a lot in where there was supposed to be a player. Now there wasn't, so
They're counter-attacking. But true, the Norwegians, they go, one person goes in, and what the Viennese don't do. The Vienna don't, that haven't really until now gone close to the basket against one person, and the Academy players is something that they do, and puts Vienna under a bit more stress.
So there's 1 minute left of the halftime. You see quite interesting game. It's 2-0 for Akarian, which happened in the...
No defender, one
no
against
defender.
2-1.
Well, there was a nice
Pass towards
pass
back.
and goal by number 2. It is Marie Pratetek.
So there's 13